Welcome back to News Geelong. Well, the Geelong Falcons will have their best and fairest night tomorrow night. Question is, who will win it? Well, there are many draft prospects in contention, including Darcy Gardner. Well, Dizzy, obviously the Falcons, though the season's over, the work definitely isn't. Take us through the process.
Oh, well, today a few of the boys that are going to the National and the State Combine, we've come down to go through what we'll be doing through those days. So we started off with the 30-metre repeat sprint, just get everyone used to it. Did a bit of the kicking practice, clean hands, goal kicking and that. And just finishing off here with the beat so the boys can get some confidence, I guess, going into it, know what to expect. So,
as a top 10 draft prospect, how important are words like endurance at this point of the year?
Oh, I guess they're very important to see how you hold up throughout the year, how your body holds up, because if you can't hold up through an under-18 season, then it's going to be pretty tough going on to the next level. So yeah, it's probably a key part.
We're pretty guilty. We haven't actually spoken to you this season, but you actually have had a fantastic season. You were part of 4 members of the Team of the Year, I believe. Yeah, and that equalled the Falcons' record. Tell us about how you felt about your individual season.
Yeah, I don't know, sort of a bit inconsistent. I thought it was a bit up and down. Times where I was up, times where I sort of had a few hiccups with injury, and that sort of brought me down. But overall, not too bad. But I set myself probably a bit higher standards than what I probably got to, I thought. But obviously, getting that achievement, I was still very honoured to, be noticed for that.
You mentioned you had a bit of injury. Obviously, this time of the year, the Falcons were shattered with the injuries to Lang and Taylor. Yet again, they're still invited to the NAB Combine with yourself. So how integral have they been in terms of the process in the season towards the Combine? Yeah,
very important. And just starting right from back from our bottom age year, like those two are probably one of our 2 best as 2 17-year-olds. And I guess, their games at the start of the year before they got injured, I guess that's got us to where we eventually got to at the end of the year. They've been very important players for us, I'd say.
Finally, I just got to ask, what would it mean? It looks like you're pretty much drafted, but we can't be too overconfident. What would it mean if you heard your name called on that day in November?
Yes, I'd just be stoked. It's just sort of something you've been aiming to do since you've been 5 years old, 6 years old. Just always, I guess that's something I've set for myself, and if I achieve it, then it's a massive tick. But even if that does happen, if it does not, either way, I'm going to have to work hard to make the most of it, and but it'd be a great honour.
Is there a club preference?
I'd be happy to go anywhere I can get picked up, I guess. But obviously, everyone's sort of, you want to stay local, Victorian. But I'd take anywhere I could get.
Thank you very much for joining News Geelong. We wish you all the best, mate.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Thanks for that, Darcy. Well, I'm here at the Ballyyang Par 3 golf course, which just celebrated their 20th anniversary. What better way to celebrate the occasion than by talking to the course coordinator in Kim Verha. Ballyyang Par 3 has just celebrated its 20th anniversary. Could you tell us about the celebrations on Saturday?
It was quite a good day, actually. Unfortunately, the weather wasn't too conducive to what we wanted, but we had 45 here for a private morning tea for the members, which was... it went well. We were quite pleased. We had Billy Brownless here as a guest. For those that don't know, Billy was opening 20 years ago, so it was nice to have him back with his young son. He here quite a bit in place, and we like to have him here. So yeah, it was quite a successful day.
I believe you've actually been here for almost time, which is a milestone in itself. What have been the highlights of being part of this fantastic course?
For me, it's a job. It's certainly the best job I've ever had, hence why I've been. Not just general public, it's a family here. Most of the people, like the Nashos, for instance, who have been playing here every Friday for 14 years, 14 years, and you get to know these people, and they're like family. It's like having a whole lot of grandmas and grandpas, and a lot of the young kids that come through. I've seen kids that have started at 5 and they're now up in high school, and coming back through the high schools, which we also have here on a regular basis. So yeah, it's a great little place to work. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
You mentioned it's got the family touch, but that's not to say there aren't any competitions on the course as well. Are there many clinics and tournaments that really make the headlines?
That's right, and when you consider that a lot of the older people, as they do get older, they can't manage the big courses anymore. So Ballyyang is a great opportunity for them to come down. We do run competitions on Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Saturdays, and they still manage to get to be competitive, and that's great for their self-esteem and just getting them out and keeping them active. It's so important.
Talk about being active. If I wanted to start golf for the first time, I was a bit intimidated to try or make a debut on the big courses. What makes Balliyang the perfect start for a potential golf career?
I think because it's such a small course, you can go around in about an hour. It's unlimited, the golf here, so you can literally come and play all day for the one cost if you want to. But it is achievable. The longest hole here is only 91 metres. And so, yeah, it's not that daunting to try and get your ball on the green. So, once again, it's a confidence booster, and that plays a big part in the game. Yeah.
Well, as we're in our summer season, I'd be very interested to know what time of the day the golf course is open for the public.
Well, we're open every day of the week. We open at 9 in the morning. Our last tee off is 4:30 in the afternoon, and we close at 5:30. So we're very much a 9 to 5:30 course. The only days of the year we're closed is Christmas Day and New Year's Day. We open at midday, and Anzac Day. So other than that, come down any time.
Thanks for that, Kim. Well, that's all for sport this Friday evening. Back to you in the studio, Rollo.
Thank you, Alex, and you enjoy your weekend of sport. I know you're always out and about. Maybe you should be able to take up some of that golf, all those golfing tips you learned from Billy Brownless down there at the Balliyang Sanctuary. If you're on the punt this weekend, don't give up. No, Uncle Jim, unfortunately, we think he may have been a little bit nobbled. We think he may have been getting some incorrect advice from across the driveway from a neighbour whose name is BC. And therefore, some of the tips recently haven't been too good. But don't you worry, we're at headquarters tomorrow at Flemington. And in the Victorian Double, the Victoria Derby, race 6, number 16. It's a horse called Bring Something. Thanks for being with us on News Geelong. Hope you enjoyed the program. We've got a lot of diversified subjects. Enjoy your week next week. Yes, a great week of spring carnival racing, be it all over Victoria and all over Australia. Of course, Tuesday being the day that the race stops the nation. Hope you're back a winner and enjoy the weather that is also ahead. To our good friends down at the Geelong RSL, thank you for your very kind company last week when the Emirates Melbourne Cup visited our great city, and the hospitality that was shown to the ambassadors and the Victorian Racing Club. Most appreciated. So remember, guys, take your time and smell the flowers. Until next week on News Geelong, you have a very safe week, enjoyable, and a very good night.